Hey guys, it's Deanna, and I am here for your doTERRA oil a day, and I'm going to talk to you for just a couple of minutes about doTERRA Cedarwood. And the angle of this camera looks really funny. It's making my face look giant. Look at that. That's weird. Okay, that's better. And so I love cedarwood. It was new to doTERRA just a couple of years ago, and I was excited when I found out that it came from Virginia, which is where I was living at the time when it first came out. And there's a place in Virginia that I like to go that is in the woods is just full of cedar trees, and it makes me feel really calm, and I feel like this sense of belonging. And why that's really interesting is because cedarwood is called the oil of community, and cedar trees, they like to grow in groups, and they kind of function together as a group. And so it makes perfect sense that they're all connected, and in the same way it can help us to feel connected. And so it just has a really calming influence over you when you inhale it, and it's the same way that really trees make me feel when I'm just around lots and lots of trees. And so what you can do is you can take a little bit of cedarwood, and it's also very grounding as well. You can inhale it, and then I like to put some on the back of my neck, but I always like to put it on the bottoms of my feet, because that's kind of the place that you would put oils, and I'm doing that right now. I know you can't see it. That's the place that you want to put oils for grounding, to help you feel grounded. Another place you can put it is like the base of your spine. That's another great place, so that's just not really convenient to do for me right now. And cedarwood is really good at supporting respiratory health. So one reason I like to use it for respiratory issues is because it is so gentle. It's an oil that you can just put directly on by itself, like this, on a small child. You could just rub some on their chest, and you don't have to worry about using a carrier oil. And so that's really great for kids to use for respiratory issues. You don't, like when you're using things like eucalyptus and breathe, you have to be much more careful because those oils can be irritating to the skin. And so you have to use a carrier oil or be careful where you put it, and you don't have to do that with cedarwood. So I really like that about it. A lot of people don't realize how much it can really help with tension. And sometimes when we are tense, we feel, we're thinking like we're having neck pain or back pain or a headache, and really we're experiencing tension, and it's just things are knotting up. And that's where we're holding our tension, is like in our shoulders, or we're holding our tension in the back of our neck. And so if you feel that and you kind of stop and ask yourself, like, why am I feeling tense about something? And this is just going to help you to relax. And so you can just massage some of that in. You don't have to use a carrier oil, so it's just really convenient. And the smell is so nice. It's really a smell that can appeal to kids, to men, to women, because it's not flowery, it's not overly overpowering like some of the other oils. It's just a real gentle smell, and it's something earthy that most people like. And so you won't be offensive to people around you. You don't have to worry about that if you work around people closely, that you can wear this and you'll probably actually get a lot of compliments. Because it's soothing to skin, you can mix it with some coconut oil just to help it spread further if you have some irritated areas on your skin. That is a great way to use it. And as far as the emotional benefits, that's really my favorite way to use cedarwood. And the reason why it helped me so much a couple of years ago is I had recently had my son. I became a mom for the first time much later in life. I struggled with infertility for 15 years. And so I had a son. It was really quite a miracle that he was able to be born into our family, and so we were very excited. But after he was a few months old, I realized I was really struggling with some sad feelings, some anxious feelings that happen a lot of times to women after they give birth. But I think mine were more because it was just bringing up some things from my past where I was at a similar age to my son when they happened, some very traumatic events. And so I became I was struggling. I was really struggling. And then we had just recently moved to an area, and I had thought that when I got to that area, I would be surrounded by all of these people who loved me and were part of my community. And when I got there, just things were not that way at all. And I found myself very alone and very hurt and very sad, and just all the things I was dealing with, I just felt like I was having to deal with them on my own. And someone in my life pointed out to me that because I was a member of doTERRA, that I not only had these amazing oils to help me when I was struggling in life, but I had this amazing community that I had created myself by sharing essential oils with so many of my friends and family, and then helping so many of them create a community as well. And so I had thousands of people I could reach out to. And so even though the people that I was expecting to be my community, and the people that were maybe in the closest proximity to me, were not supporting me in the way that I needed at that time, I was able to reach out to to the people that were in my just worldwide and nationwide community, my oil community, and even in other doTERRA teams that really helped me through that time. And one of the things that I did was I made myself an affirmation statement saying that I was deeply loved and connected to a wide network of people that were there to support me. And I used that affirmation statement, and I would inhale the cedarwood, and it really helped me to start expecting people to surround me and support me instead of looking for people to disconnect from me or to hurt me or victimize me. And because I was expecting and looking for those things, I began to find them. And I really began to understand the fact that community is really something that you create. And I became very passionate about sharing that topic with my doTERRA team because even though most of us do not get into doTERRA to earn income, that we all want to be part of a community and we all want to feel connected and loved. And so it's so easy to do that in doTERRA because we have these amazing oils that connect us. And then if we just open our mouth and share them with others, we'll have a community around us to support us through all kinds of things that come up in our lives. So I love how this oil reminds us of that. So if you're just feeling like you're really on your own and you don't have any support, I would encourage you to make this part of your regimen. Maybe diffuse it at night when you're sleeping. Just inhale it and just ask God to show you the people that are already in your life that want to support you and love you and help you. And I bet you will start to find them. I hope that's encouraging to you, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Please share the video. If you have comments or questions, just comment below whether you're watching the replay or watching live. I'll be happy to get back and answer your questions. See you tomorrow.